Chapter 17. The Art of Pottery. Starter. Have you ever seen this pot? What is it called? Why is it used? What is it made of? You must have seen a gulak, piggy bank, cup, kullad, toys and many such things made of clay, at home and around you. Do you know who makes them and how? Let's know. Thousands of years ago, when early man learned to cook food, he needed vessels to store food and water. For this, he made earthen pots out of wet clay. He shaped the wet clay into different shapes by his hands. These wet pots were dried in the sun, but they were not very strong. They could be used to store dry things only and not for water, because they would break. The invention of wheel and discovery of fire changed the human civilization forever. People learned that baking their clay vessels in fire would make them stronger, and water could be stored in them. They also learned that the wheel could be used to make well-shaped and smooth pots much faster. They also learned to decorate their pots with beautiful designs and patterns. This led to the art of pottery. The potter's wheel. The potter's wheel has a round and flat wooden surface. It is made to spin around a stick as the potter shapes clay on it. Making pottery. The art of making things out of clay is called pottery. It is one of the oldest forms of art. It is a step-by-step process. The steps are described below. The first step to making pottery is to choose the right clay. Sometimes potters add ash, chalk or sand to make the clay better for pottery. Then water is added, just enough so that the potter is able to knead the clay well and make it into a lump. Now, the potter puts a lump of wet clay in the center of the wheel and spins it to shape it into different objects, such as pots and bowls. Once the objects are shaped, they are removed from the wheel using a thin thread or knife. The pots are then baked in fire. In the end, pottery is decorated. You must know. The oven used to bake pottery is called kiln. Our values pottery is made with great skill and labor. It should be handled carefully so that it does not break. Simi is the daughter of a potter. She is too young to use the potter's wheel. But she helps her father in making beautiful patterns on the pots and coloring them. She loves doing this. Pottery in our lives. Though the use of pottery has declined in cities, it still plays a significant role in Indian rituals and festivals. Earthen lamps are lit
during Diwali. Decorated clay pots are used on Pongal.
Besides this, pottery is very much used in everyday life in rural areas. Large clay pots are used to boil milk. Kundi is used to set curd. Handi is used to cook dal and saag. Matka and surahi are used to cool water in summers. Kullads are used to have tea. Clay pots are used to grow plants. Indian pottery. Indian pottery is famous all over the world. Different areas of our country have different styles of making pottery.
Asamgarh in Uttar Pradesh is famous for black pottery with silver work on it. Kurja in Uttar Pradesh and Jaipur in Rajasthan are famous for blue pottery. Kurja pottery includes pots,
vases, dinner sets, mugs, etc. They are very popular among people in cities. Key terms. Pottery, the art of making things out of clay. Clay specially prepared sticky soil that becomes hard when baked. Need: to press and squeeze dough, wet clay, etc. Kiln: a large oven for baking clay items. Wrap up key points of the chapter. Early men made earthen pots to store extra grains, but those were not very strong because they were not baked. Discovery of fire and invention of wheel changed human civilization forever. A potter makes well-shaped and smooth pots faster on his wheel. Wet clay pots are baked in a kiln to make them hard and strong. These days, it has become fashionable to have tea in kulhads.